The top 10 rock albums of 1957. Number 10, Bill Haley and His Comets, Rockin' the Oldies. Grade, C-. This is a strange album of rock and roll covers of songs from the 20s, 30s, and 40s, but one song is okay and has references to its better songs in the lyrics. Standout track, Dipsy Doodle. Number 9, Ricky Nelson, Ricky. Grade, C. Not great, but this debut album from a teenage sitcom star turned singer is better than you would think, and has one decent cover of a Carl Perkins song that was played on the show Ozzie and Harriet. Standout track, Boppin' the Blues. Number 8, Gene Vincent and the Blue Caps. Grade, C. Gene Vincent was actually really good, but this is the second straight album that suffers from not including any of his better singles. Guitarist Cliff Gallup shines again on the one good song. Standout track, You Told a Fib. Number 7, Eddie Cochran, Singin' to My Baby. Grade, C+. This debut album from the artist who would later become famous for the song Summertime Blues isn't very good overall, although it does have one good song. Standout track, Mean When I'm Mad. Number 6, The Everly Brothers. Grade, B+. This album has too many mediocre covers of songs originally by Little Richard and Gene Vincent, but it also has two of the Everly Brothers' best songs, with their great close harmony sound. Standout tracks, Wake Up Little Susie, Bye Bye Love. Number 5, Carl Perkins, Dance Album of Carl Perkins. Grade, A. This is a great debut album with a rockabilly sound from the most underrated of the $1 Million Quartet. One song was famously covered by Elvis Presley, one song was covered by Ricky Nelson, and 3 songs were later covered by the Beatles. Standout tracks, Blue Suede Shoes, Boppin' the Blues, Matchbox, Honey Don't, Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby. Number 4, The Crickets, The Chirping Crickets. Grade, A. This is Buddy Holly's great debut album with some of his most famous songs, including one later covered by the Rolling Stones and one inspired by John Wayne's catchphrase in the movie The Searchers. Standout tracks, Not Fade Away, That'll Be the Day, Oh Boy, Maybe Baby. Number 3, Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash with his hot and blue guitar. Grade, A. While Johnny Cash later became strictly a country artist, in the 1950s he sometimes had more of a rockabilly sound that shines on this great debut album. The best song includes the famous line, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die, which is pretty dark for the 1950s. Standout tracks, Folsom Prison Blues, I Walk the Line, Cry, 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 So Doggone Lonesome. Number 2, Chuck Berry, After School Session. Grade, A. Even though 4 of his early hit singles had already been included on the previous year's Rock, Rock, Rock soundtrack rather than on this debut album, this is still a great album, especially the classic song School Days. Standout tracks, School Days, Too Much Monkey Business, No Money Down, Brown-Eyed Handsome Man. Number 1, Little Richard, Here's Little Richard. Grade, A+. This is a classic debut album by the architect of rock and roll that includes 5 of his greatest hit singles. Standout tracks, Long Tall Sally, Tutti Frutti, Ready Teddy, Rip It Up, Jenny Jenny.